And I'm sure when some of you look out your window and you're like, I think I want to go to Vegas, when you see what you have on the ground. Some snow and some pretty high totals have been reported in Tolland. Mike said he had 8 inches of snow. Joanne and Bolton had 7.2. In Staffordville, Jeff, 4.6 inches of snow. Canaan, not as much at Jim's, 1.5 or so. He said it was blowing around. Bristol, only a trace. I looked out in Rocky Hill. At least the last time I looked, there really wasn't much on the ground. So you go into the hills, especially east of the river, and it has been snowing like crazy. You can see with the satellite and radar how it's still snowing, especially on the eastern side of the state. Take note, though, that there is drier air intruding into the western side of the state. So that means that we are seeing some letting up on the snow, and that dry air will continue to infiltrate and ease up the snow in eastern Connecticut, too. I think we'll give it till about 8 or 9 o'clock this morning, and pretty much all of the snowflakes shall have ended by that point. Let's go full screen to the early warning pinpoint Doppler. You can see how the focus of the snow how now is east of the river. And then along and south of Hartford, you can see towards Wallingford, and just to the east of Wallingford and south of Middletown, there's still some snow ongoing, at least according to early warning pinpoint Doppler. You can see here towns affected by this are East Hampton, Haddam, Durham. Along Route 9, it's going to be snowing. And as you wind around some of the hills, especially as you go up in elevation, there might be some coverage thanks to this snow. But it's especially when you look to the north and to the east from this vantage point. You go up in elevation here as you go into East Hampton and Marlborough. There's still some snow, probably some snow on the roads here. And then as we go farther to the north, you can see towards areas of Bolton, the higher hills of Andover, into Coventry, and certainly in towards Tolland. That's where we had some reports in upwards of 8 inches of snow. So this is the area where we've seen a lot of snow this morning. And this is where I think we're going to top it off at. Now, we haven't seen a lot in western Connecticut. Maybe the 1 to 4 is probably good. That's about it. There really isn't any more to talk about here. And we've just as a spine of the Tolland Hills, and then as you go up towards parts of Stafford, Somers, that's where we might see some total 6, 7, 8 inches. We've already seen reports of those. That's what we're going to call for, I guess, thanks to that. But we're not expecting anything through the Connecticut River Valley, much more than what's already fallen, and it hasn't been much. Temperatures this morning are cold. They're in the 20s in the hill towns where we're seeing that snow, especially east of the river. You can see right through Windsor Locks to Hartford, it's 30 to 32. We're expecting highs in the 40s today. For the snow to be done by 9, and then for sun to come out. It's going to be really windy. Gusts could go over 40 miles an hour. The wind will die off some tonight. We'll have temperatures in the 20s. Notice how our Futurecast tomorrow's weather today has the snow pretty much done by 9. There's still maybe a lot of clouds rolling in the sky, but as it's windy and it turns partly cloudy, we'll see temperatures warming during this afternoon into the 40s. So by 3 o'clock this afternoon, this is how it will look. We'll have a partly to mostly sunny sky, and it should be warm enough that we'll see some pretty good melting with whatever snow you might have received out of this latest batch of wintry weather, and that's in your early warning 7-day forecast. Then as we look towards tomorrow, we're expecting highs to be in the 50s to maybe near 60. It'll be breezy, not windy, but it'll be breezy out of the south-southwest, and that's what's going to help out, boosting those temperatures. Then another little system comes in on Monday, and this one is going to be weak, but there may be just enough cold air that we might have a little bit of a wintry mix, especially in northern Connecticut with that. Just a little bit, not much, and it would be especially during the morning hours, so that's why we have that in there. But